Good morning, everybody. It is Toni-Maree here, live, and I'm on my phone because I don't know. There's something going on with my laptop, and yeah, it's the image isn't really sharp. So bear with me as I get the angle right and get everything sorted and all the rest of it. So welcome, welcome, welcome. As usual, that's my puppy in the background. So please bear with me if you hear that extra noise. Today I'm actually doing a different card, oracle card. Now this is a different deck altogether. So this is Doreen Virtue, who a lot of people will know, and it's her cards, the Life Purpose deck. Now I don't often use it, to be really frank, but I was called today to use it. So I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to go with what I'm being called to do. So it is a beautiful deck, and I will just sort of show you a couple of cards. I'll just pull some at random. Where are we? This one's one of my favourites, Flowers. You're a healer. So it's all about angels, really. Okay, so I'm actually I'm very lucky, I'm going to the Hay House Authors Workshop in Sydney in a couple of weeks, not this weekend but the following weekend. Thank you, Rip. Oh, just picking up the ball that she's been playing with because it's making way too much noise. And yeah, so I get to actually meet her, which is going to be fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to that. So stay tuned for what happens there. So let's do a quick card for the day. And hello, Denise Lewis, how are you? Let's do a quick card for today, just really quickly. Okay, so today's card is counselling. I don't know if you can see that well. I hope so. I do tell everybody a bit about the cards, and hello Denise. And if you have any particular question related to the card, or you'd like a question answered yourself, just feel free to type away. So today's this card actually has written on it: you heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. So, but I'm just tapping into this card about counselling. Yeah, okay, so today, sorry, it just took me a little while because I don't use these cards very often. But this one today is actually about kindness and supporting others. It's about giving a helping hand, and it's not so much for strangers, actually. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's a card that encourages us to actually help other people that we don't know. This is actually helping someone you do know who needs a hand. Now, they are probably struggling and, like most people, putting on a brave face. So have a look within your close circle, and if you know anybody or sense, like that sixth sense, that gut feeling, that intuition is telling you that they need a little bit of support, then today's the day to do it. Reach out a hand and offer some kindness. And it can be just a call to say, hi, how are you going? It can be a let's have a cup of coffee. It can be anything you like. Okay? So, yeah, so that's it for the day. So, yeah, so that's today's card, which is pretty magic. Sorry, I've got lots going on in the background, so I'm a little bit distracted. So let me just recenter for a second. Okay, right. Nicole, just wanted to ask if you see any further children for me right now. Thanks. So lovely to talk to you this week. It was beautiful. Nicole and I actually had a reading this week, and Nicole's guides are really, really active, wanting to talk to her at the moment. And we had a half-hour reading, and as Nicole knows, there's heaps and heaps of stuff there. So for her, so let's tap in, Nicole. Any further children? Let's have a look. Okay. Now, I know these are life purpose cards, But really, cards are just tools for a psychic to actually tap into their intuition, into their guides, and in particular for Nicole, I know Nicole's guides and light workers now, and so they are, all I need to do is to tap into them and they will give me some advice. Okay, this is just, I love how this works. Family. So now, look, there's 44. Can you see there? 44 cards in the deck. And of all of the cards that came up for Nicole, it's that one. Damn, I love this stuff. Okay, so what's the universe saying? So the card actually says, loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. And Nicole already knows that. And so that's no surprise to her. But let's look at other... look, I actually see potential there. I don't think it's a firm decision one way or the other yet, Nicole. I wouldn't be surprised actually to... Oh, sorry, my phone's about to just dive towards me. I wouldn't actually be surprised to find out that you're actually currently pregnant, Nicole. Yeah. Sorry, this is very personal, but you are very fertile at the moment. So if you do want to have a child, then it's a good time to try. However, I don't see any certainty one way or the other, and I think it's really got to do with you and your partner deciding whether or not this is what you really want right now. I do see extra children in your future, but it's a matter of whether now is the right timing for you folks. Yeah, so really it is about tapping into that whole, as we spoke the other day, about who you are and what's right for you right now, but also for your partner. Because without the two of you coming together and having that discussion, another child's really just not going to happen. And I get a sense that now may not be the right time for you, to be really frank. But again, we have ultimate choice, so it's totally up to you. But I absolutely do see extra children there for you, so that's magic. So I hope that's helped, Nicole. So we've got a few people online, so just ask me some questions, folks, and I will answer them for you. And if we have no questions, that's fine too, because I just draw cards and I talk to people about different bits and pieces. Nikki. Hi, Nikki. How are you? You'd love a card? You're absolutely welcome. And you're very welcome, Nicole. Don't forget to give thumbs ups and hearts, folks, so that other people know that you're enjoying this. And please, encourage your friends, family, whoever else you think might be, willing to get some advice or want some advice and support from the other side, so to speak. But what I tend to do is tap into spirit, I tap into light workers, I connect with yours very briefly. Now, the reason I say briefly is that to build up real trust, like I have with Nicole's spirits and guides, etc., and light workers, is something that needs to happen over time. So Nicole and I have been building a relationship here in the group for a while now, and then once we had the reading, it cemented it. And that means I can tap in really quickly like that into her spirits and guides and give her a much, much more detailed answer. So that's why these are a little bit more generic, and also oracle cards are generic, whereas tarot is much more specific. So that was a bit of a rave from me and a bit of information. So let's get on to Nikki's card. So just focus on yourself for a moment, Nikki, and what is most of what you want to hear. Okay, so let's do a card for Nikki. Nikki, your guides are very active. There's quite a bit going on for you, quite a bit of advice that you want, quite a bit of support that you need at the moment. So can I just have one, please? Right. Writing. Okay. So I'll just read what's written on that card for you, Nikki. You heal, inspire, teach and entertain with the words you write. Okay, and as you can see, there's an angel guiding that child in the card. So let me just tap into this for you for a moment. Okay, Nikki, so this card is about, it's about writing for yourself. Yes, it's absolutely about writing for yourself. And writing can mean a number of different things. So it can mean like the photo, it can, in this card, it can mean literally journaling. It can mean writing an article. It can mean writing a letter to somebody. But for you, there's a message that you need to write down. And it is to somebody. So it's like an email, a letter. Yes, absolutely. So that's come through very clearly. That is 100% right. But it is to do with you. So it is to do with something that you feel strongly about and that you've been hesitant to actually discuss, to actually put out there. So here's the thing. Okay, the recommendation that I'm getting is to write it down. Now, you may or may not want to send it, but in the writing, you will get clarity. In the writing, you will understand what it is that you want to say and how you want to say it. Now, I know that sounds really obvious, but this is actually going to work beautifully for you. So, write it, walk away for a few moments. I would recommend 10 minutes for you because there is a lot of emotion associated with it. Write it down, walk away, you know, grab a cup of tea, take a walk, whatever, and then come back probably even an hour later. Give it a fair bit of time so that you're feeling calm and relaxed. Look at it again and then go, okay, does that actually say what I want to say? Not with the perspective of you're going to send it or mail it or whatever, but from the perspective of, is this my true voice? Is this my truth? Is this what's really important for me to say? Once you have that perspective in mind, then your heart and your soul are actually going to help you write what you need to write. Deciding to send it or not can come later, okay? And that's kind of almost beside the point with this particular card for you. So I hope that's helped, Nikki. If you've got any further questions, let me know and I'll answer them for you. But sorry, a bit of glare on that card. But that's the card for you. Okay. Alrighty. So let's have a look at a card for tomorrow. So there's a call coming through. You can probably hear a buzzing, so I'm just rejecting that. So let's have a look at a card for tomorrow. Okay. So, tomorrow. Oh, I like this card. Yoga. And you'll notice that there's a number of circles there. Now, those circles actually represent the chakra in our body. So this card actually says your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching and exercising. Okay, so I'm just focusing on the top chakra at the moment in this card, and it is linked to the planets at the moment. The sun is increasing its energy as we come into spring. This particular full moon that we've just had was very strong, very energetic, very, gosh, how can I say it? Very asking us to change, asking us to be strong and to reach inside ourselves and to be who we're meant to be. This is the third eye is here. This is actually the chakra that's on the top of our head is all about wisdom, okay, and it's all about connecting us through to what I call the light source. And the light source is where we all come from. It's where we all go back. Now, some people call that God. Some people call that oh gosh, there's so many names for it, I won't go into it. But it's basically the essence, it taps into the essence of who we are eternally, right? My belief is we do not die. We just go home. We go back to light. We go back to God. We go back to whatever you want to call it. And we're all eternal. and we all have the ability to understand things and know things. This human form we're in limits what we can and can't get, that information I'm talking about, as in get, and also what we can not just get, but what we then understand, how we understand it. And unfortunately, our head gets in the way sometimes of that divine light and of that wisdom and of that knowledge and of that peace and calm. So this card is about actually tapping into some peace and calm, which is really quite difficult at the moment when we've got the planets conspiring against calm. Okay, because they're challenging us to actually be more energetic and to strive to live the life we're meant to live. So finding calm in that is a bit of like a black and white scenario. However, having said that, it is necessary to have black and white in our lives so that we can see the colour. Okay, and so this is not just accepting things for face value. This is diving behind them and seeing the colour. So as an example, if you're looking at a rainy day, you might see the black and white of the clouds and the rain, the drizzle, and you may not notice the rainbow that's just out of view to your left. So this is about seeing that rainbow and seeing all the different colours and allowing yourself enough time to see that and notice that rainbow. Because we're so busy in life and this world of ours is so active that we forget sometimes to actually stop and to actually go, okay, you know what? There's more to life than just racing from point A to point B. There's more to life than making judgments, than making decisions, and living from one second to another. Sometimes we need to actually be a little bit still and quiet and calm to notice the beauty around us. And that's what this card is all about for tomorrow. Okay, so take a quiet moment. And I talk about mindfulness a lot because it has been something that has really helped me in my life. It is something that I teach. It is something that I've taught children for years. My own daughter, who has anxiety at the moment, and hers is like 10 out of 10. It helps us to actually take a breath and to stop. You can do it as easily as focusing on your breathing. You can do it by walking. You can do it all sorts of ways. And I will shortly be running a program on mindfulness and how it can help your life. Sorry, I'm going off here because I'm so passionate about it. So what I'd love to do right now, this very second, is a quick grounding. And I do like to do this at the end of each of these reading sessions, is because it allows you to actually be calm, and it's a gift to yourself. And we very rarely gift to ourselves, especially as women. We gift to everybody around us, we take care of everybody else around us, and we put ourselves last. Being a healer, being a holistic kind of coach, being a psychic and intuitive, I do it too, right? I'm no different to everybody else. I struggle for balance, have my entire life. And so it's really important for us to take that time. So I'd like to gift that to myself. And while I'm gifting it to myself, I'd love to gift it to you as well. So let's just take 2 seconds, and literally it will take 2 seconds. Well, take 5. It's five breaths, okay? So here's how it works. You plant your feet on the floor, and the reason for that is that you then feel connected or grounded to the planet. We came from this planet, we will return to this planet, so it makes sense to connect to the planet. Then what I'd love you to do is to put your hands on your stomach so that you can feel your breath going in and out. Now, if you take a really shallow breath and you are stressed, and that's what happens when you take a shallow breath, you're usually anxious or stressed, or you're talking really quickly like I am at the moment. We breathe from here, okay? So we breathe in the upper part of our lungs. We don't use the bottom third of our lungs, which actually goes down to our diaphragm, which is just above the belly button, it's where my hands are at the moment. So if you put your hands there, and if I just slow down my talking and slow down what I'm doing for a second, you'll notice the difference. My hands went out. I don't know if you could see that. And then they go in as I breathe out and push back towards my spine. Okay. Now, there's some physiological things that happen, and there's some mental things that happen when you do this. And I'll explain those during the upcoming program. But the thing that's really great about this is simple. You can do it anywhere. No one needs to know you're doing it. And I call it a mini meditation, and I've added some counting to it recently. So instead of just being 3 breaths, it's 5 breaths, and you just count. So you count 1 as you breathe in, 2 as you breathe out, 3 as you breathe in, 4 as you breathe out. And as you breathe in, you focus on breathing in light, love, healing, anything that you actually need at the moment. And as you breathe out, you actually let go. So it's letting go of stress, tension, pain, emotions, anything you don't need right now, anything that isn't serving you. Now, so I will just say breathe in, and I will use words to breathe in calm and peace, etc. But when I am encouraging you to breathe out, I will use the word release, and you can release whatever you like, okay? So let's do it together. I will close my eyes because I like to encourage people to do that when they're on their own, and it allows you to focus more. But you can just stare off into the distance and just unfocus your eyes on that point, and it does the same thing. So let's work together. Let's begin. Just focus on your breathing for a moment, allowing it to grow deeper, more calm and relaxed. Drop your shoulders, allow them to relax. Settle into the chair with your feet flat on the floor. And let's begin. Breathing in, calm. Breathing out, 2, release. 3, breathe in light. 4, out, release. 5, breathe in, sunshine. 6, release, breathe out. 7, breathe in, light. 8, release. 9, breathe in, peace. And 10, release. And you can open your eyes or refocus. It is that simple. And you'll notice that I'm not talking as quickly. You'll notice that I'm much more relaxed. Now, I do this regularly, okay? It is yoga. It is a mini meditation. Buddhist monks have been using it for hundreds of years. You can search it up on Google and you will find monks talking about it, Buddhist monks, because it is magic. It's absolute magic. It's simple to do. You can do it anywhere. I don't advise that you're operating machinery while you're doing it, because you do need to focus when you're driving or driving a tractor or whatever. But other than that, I do recommend that you do that every day. And if you are interested, I will be talking about the new program shortly, and you're more than welcome to join me. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. I wish you light. I wish you laughter. And I wish you absolutely happiness in life. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week at 11 o'clock every Wednesday at the same spot where we will get to work together again. Thank you, everybody. Have an awesome day. Toni-Maree signing out. Bye for now.